If you ask a random bystander what is the best driver's car, you'll probably get something along the lines of Ferrari, Lamborghini, or maybe an Aston Martin. Though generally speaking these answers are plagued by lack of experience and actual seat time, they're good answers nonetheless. Next, ask an enthusiast, and you might hear BMW, Lotus, or a Porsche. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Besides, those are obvious choices for anyone with Mark Webber's Porsche or McLaren F1 poster on their wall. You know, the real automotive nerd type. Hey, kind of like you. So now that we narrowed it down to these three, it's time for you to ask, well, me, I suppose. And I'm Vlad. I'd like to welcome you to a Porsche. Yep, it's a 996 today, guys. Okay, so you want the Wikipedia breakdown. I got you. The 996 is essentially an internal designation for the 911. They were built between 1998 and 2004, which are then followed by, you guessed it, the 997. How creative, Z Jugmans. In fact, it shares quite a bit of its technology with its little brother, the Boxster. Front suspension, some interior components, even some engine parts. But that's where the similarities end. This 996 has been hitting the gym. And it shows. The stopping is done courtesy of 6-piston Brembo brakes up front, which I just found out if you stomp on them too hard when they're hot, memories of your ex-girlfriend will slap the back of your forehead. How you doing, Lindsay? Even with all this power bursting from every stitch weld in its body, it doesn't feel overpowered. That is partially because at 34 plus 100 pounds, it weighs as much as your mom's minivan, minus a fat baby and a Labrador. It feels it too. This is not the agile, flickable GT3 RS of the later generations. It really lives up to the darling of all the automotive sayings. It feels like it's on rails. To be fair, I never understood that phrase. Trains are on rails. You don't want your sports coupe to behave like it's a train. You want it to be supple. You want it to absorb the road surfaces. You want it to stay planted. You don't want it to be either on or off the rails like a train. And that's what this Porsche feels like. You have an exorbitant amount of grip right until the limit. And if it lets go, nobody can get it back. Mark Webber can't get it back. So, why this Porsche? Why the 996? I mean, there are better ones out there for sure. It's wild, difficult to drive, and borderline dangerous. Well, it's cheap. It's Porsche cheap. This one will still set you back about 50 grand, but that's not what makes it special. So, as the technology constantly nudging its way forward, variable vane turbochargers, twin clutch wizardry, this Porsche here, it walks that line between old and new. Clever all-wheel drive system, electronic fuel injection precise as a needlepoint, yet it's still from the era where you could stuff your kid in the back of the seat and tell him to shut up about the seat belts because the pressure will keep him safe. So as it sits here with its fingerprints and paint swirls, it sits here as a special car. And I'm willing to venture out into the no-no land of automotive journalism to tell you that it really, really, really makes you feel special when you drive it. I can feel every pebble on the road. I can feel the heavy steering as I blast through these corners in the whichever mountains we're at. I shift with my right hand through a 6-speed manual gearbox like a man or like a woman, but I do it myself. And that really makes you feel like a driver, like you're engaged with the process. And that's why today, right here, right now, that's the best driver's car. What a car it is.